Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boulevard 96 reporting live from the city of Denelton in South Africa, sending a whole lot of positive energy to everybody out there. Hope everybody's good. This is the Boulevard 96 show. Welcome to episode 8, where I'll be sharing some daily wisdom, some advice, business nyana, here and there. But before I carry on, I'm going to just add a young disclaimer. This podcast does not constitute as financial advice. So, if you are looking for financial advice, please look for somebody that is certified and registered with the FSCA. Hey. So guys, what I wanted to talk about today is canceling excuses that are stopping you from starting a business, starting a venture, putting your idea out there, or just something that you've wanted to do, something you wanted to get started with. You know, there's all these excuses which are like, I don't have funding. I need funding. The government won't help me. I didn't grow up in a rich family. I don't have friends that can help me. I don't have family that can help me. I don't have anybody that can help me. You know, if you feel like that is your excuse, then I feel like that excuse can be cancelled easily, guys. You just need to start in the sense of putting yourself out there, association. I believe if finances, money, capital is the one thing that is stopping you from starting your idea or actually pursuing this thing because you feel like it's so far-fetched, then the first level that you need to possibly start at is people, because people are the greatest resource essentially you have, especially when you have a company. Whether it's starting, whether it's already running, whether it's been there for 100 years, it doesn't matter. People are resources. So when it comes to starting, what happens? What do you do when you want to start this thing, but you need like 50,000 Rand in order to get a loan from the bank and you're sitting on zero and you're wondering, how do I get this thing done? Then it's literally as simple as, so all these people, you know, around you, they can't help you. So then what do you essentially do from there? You then go onto social media. You maybe put up a post. Let's say it's as simple as you want to start a spaza shop. You literally go onto Facebook and you text and you put on your status, yo guys, who would like to start a spaza with me? I know it can seem a little random, extreme. Oh no, what are people going to think of me? That's so random. Some people might not take me seriously. But I mean, a lot of y'all on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these things, you've got like over 100 people. You've got more than 100 people as your friends, right? Following you or anything like that. Those people, to some extent, out of all of them, can be a resource. One of them, even if they text you and they're like, yo, bruh, I saw your status update, you were talking about this thing, I think this can be something we can push, then that can be a step in the right direction. Because I believe that if we stop focusing on money but start focusing more on can we find people that actually help us elevate to this thing that we're trying to do, then the fear itself also will start dying down. You'll actually start having more faith in this idea or concept of business venture that you're trying to put out there. Because I know it can be very difficult in the beginning. You want to do this thing. Like, let's say, like I said, go into the scenario of, let's say you need 50,000 Rand, you're trying to get it from the bank, but you're sitting on zero. Then what happens from there when you don't have anybody to depend on? Then what you can do is that you can go online and aside from putting up a status, you can maybe go into forums that are related to this industry that you're trying to get into. Let's say, for example, you're trying to get into a business venture that is agriculture related and you need this 50,000 as your capital. You have the idea, you have the concept, you already know that, okay guys, if I can get 50,000 Rand, I can make this thing happen. Then what happens is that you go onto Facebook, you maybe go into agriculture groups, you maybe go into business groups, you go into all of these groups and then you post, yo guys, I've got this idea, so and 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 so. I know a lot of people, they feel like their ideas, you know, they want to hold that intellectual property. They don't want to put it out there. They want to first do it by themselves, and then if it works out, then involve people and all of that, and they don't trust people and all of that. But I feel like if you do that, then you're no different from a person who's just working to be self-employed, to be an entrepreneur. You're not really going to scale in a situation like that, because if you're really trying to scale and you're trying to be bigger than where you currently are, then it starts with getting a source of foreign investing, you know, people that are not already in the company, in the business, to then give you some form of capital, and then through that there will be somewhat the shareholder or however you want to list them through this exchange of them giving you this money just so that you can build this idea of yours to generate the income to pay them back and so forth. All you need to do is then just involve yourself with involving people. Involve yourself in that structure, because the minute you start involving people, they're going to lead to more opportunities. They're going to lead to you realizing that, hey, this person can actually bring a skill set which can even elevate this idea that I had to a totally different, spectrum. Because you can go so far with people as a resource that can cancel every excuse you have. Because I know there's a lot of people, I even have some friends telling me they're waiting on the government to help them, or they're waiting for they're waiting for a moment in time when they can meet somebody just to tell that person that idea, and then they will possibly then get funding through this magical phenomenal moment that can happen, which does happen for a lot of people because we live in a world of phenomena. It does so happen that you randomly meet people, you tell them your ideas, and then boom, just like that, you get the funding. But there's also the situation where you can actually be direct about this thing and actually hunt the people. You can literally text. We can go back to the agriculture scenario, whereby you can go into these forums or whatever. You can search farmer on Twitter, and it's going to show you a result of people that put farmer under their bio, and you can inbox all of these people, tell them your idea, and then sell them the idea to the extent whereby they can see what they're going to get from it. Because essentially your idea is you already given them value, even if you don't have money, and then they can then buy into the idea as a shareholder, whereby you can go 50-50, 60-40. I don't know how you want to play the numbers, but play the numbers to an extent whereby everybody wins. Don't be greedy, because I know a lot of people, they like being attached to their ideas. They feel like, no, I'm supposed to have this thing 100%. They want to own 100% of their company, 100% of their equity, just to end up in a situation whereby then the company's money is their money, and then all of that, and then financial flop, and then you get audited, and then because you didn't know how to handle your books and all of that. But you can then get into a space whereby you're actually involving people into your business. Let's say even it's as simple as, let's say you're trying to start a photography company, but you feel like the reason that you don't want to start is because you don't know how you're going to handle the finances moving forward. And you feel like, oh, no, I need an accountant. So because I don't have an accountant, no, I'm not going to start. And because I don't want to learn a little bit of financial what's, I'm not going to start. Then what you can do maybe in a situation like that, you can search accountant on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of these platforms, maybe even Google in your area. And all of these people are going to appear. And then through that, it will then lead you to then maybe finding an accountant. Inbox all of them, even if it's 100 people, because at the end of the day, even if one person responds and that one person ends up being a loyal person to you and helps you build this thing, then that's essentially what you're looking for. That's the value you're looking for. Bringing people on board, and then through that relationship can then spring something that is greater than where it currently is. And also at the beginning, I feel like before anything and everything, just start. Just start doing that already, doing that bit of research, doing that bit of let me look for people, doing that bit of outsourcing. That is you starting on the idea. That is actually you taking the extra step. Sometimes it doesn't really start with, you have this idea, you want to build this big thing, and you want it to start immediately with you getting that million, just like that, straight from the gate. Well, it could, but it probably won't. And if it doesn't, what is the solution? Because we're not focused on the full stop. We're focused on how can we add a comma? How can we add that little bit of extra information? And that is then you at least going out there to associate yourself with people that probably would actually invest in your idea. Because at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of people out there that have some strong and solid ideas that they want to start, but they're on zero, and that fear takes over that, no, I don't think this thing is going to be a success. I'm afraid of starting just to fail, and all of that. Guys, firstly, there is no way you can draw up a conclusion before you conduct an investigation. So business is no different from being in school. You have to first start with the investigation, and then you can draw up a conclusion of whether this venture actually, was it a flop or was it not? Was it a waste of time or was it not? Waste of capital or not? But also a bit of patience. I'm not saying go out there, associate yourself with people, and then when it doesn't work out in the first 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, depending on whatever the situation could be, if it flops, then you stop there, and then you're like, oh no, I'm back at zero. What am I supposed to do now? Then you continue, because the minute something doesn't work out with maybe people, let's say the problem sprung out from you having to go out there and then work with people, and then these people screwed you over, then you just move on to the next one, man. Because life is all about not being attached to people that were not attached to you, to ideas that just didn't seem to be attached to you. You move on. You need to be also open-minded about the fact that starting things doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a success. I'm not saying these things, you're going to do them, you're going to text this person who's going to help you, you're going to put a status on Facebook, you're going to start a group chat with people, and then y'all are going to put together these ideas, brainstorm, come up with the idea, put it into practice, and then everything is going to work out from there. There's going to be countless challenges, guys. I've personally with my business partners, I mean, we had challenges when we started out, and our even association was that. It was a matter of one person talking to one person, talking to the other person, talking to the other person, realizing that we're all exchanging the same form of information, to the extent whereby this conversation can be something we can actually turn into a business, which it has. So it's literally just like that, trying to see if the association can at least lead to it being something tangible. And then once you guys have something tangible, you can then build from that. And if it flops, just be patient. Just be patient, because it can flop because of so many things. So there needs to be a bit of awareness at the same time, because a lot of people, they like to give up on ideas the minute they see that there's a problem with the thing, because maybe they didn't calculate it, or maybe it's unforeseen circumstances, that whole shandies. And then you're like, oh no, I regret this thing. And nah, guys, these things happen. I mean, in a lifetime, you could build 100 companies just to have one company that actually sustains or that whole lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So what matters is actually starting doing these things just to see what can happen. And it doesn't matter where your financial situation is right now. It doesn't matter where in the country, where in the world you are. Because this thing can be as simple as, if you're even trying to source funding and you're trying to keep it small scale, bruh, then go door to door in your area. Do something. I mean, outsourcing it's powerful. It's powerful to the extent whereby it's unlimited. There are so many people out there. There's millions and millions and millions and millions of millions of people on in the world, on social media, billions, trillions, whatever. There's a lot of people, guys. It doesn't stop. So before we focus on the problem of the fact that we can't get funding, we can't get whatever, we don't know how to do this thing, let's first get that one main resource: people. Let's associate ourselves with people, and then through that, a lot of things can happen. Because the simple strategy also, guys, people need to practice this thing of putting money together. Because I've noticed a lot of people, they have these ideas, they have these concepts, and maybe they'll come together as people, but they're not willing to put together money as a form of capital. They want to first cry to the government and try to get funding, or they want to go to a bank and expect funding because they just registered a company and now they're excited. And because sometimes, maybe for example, you're trying to do farming and you have land. Sometimes that's not enough to actually get the thing started. So then y'all will maybe need to put together some money just as input costs, as production costs. Y'all need to then get in the level of, elevate to that level of, let's put money together, guys. Like even me right now with my homies, we need around 50 to 60,000 rand just to get a tractor. Oh wait, hold up, guys. I need to make sure that this camera records what I am going to carry on saying. Yes, we are back. Sorry about that, guys, but also thank you for sticking with me. So what I was saying is, we need like 50 to 60,000 rand. So as much as we're also focused on the fact that, okay, the business that we are building will generate a certain amount of money to be able to allow us to acquire this asset class that we require. Also, in between that, we are like putting money together to be able to ensure that we are actually getting a step closer to that. Because at the end of the day, also we can depend on something that might still come in the future, and so forth and so forth. But in the meantime, what are we doing? So what are we doing in the meantime? We're like putting money together, we're making this thing happen, we're putting it into motion, we're starting, we're doing it. Because it doesn't matter even if you're on zero. And yes, I will also say that all of us are unemployed. So yeah, what it means is that we are, even this money that I'm saying we're putting together, we are like harassing, we are hustling, we are trying to see tolagu, like, because Joe, any opportunity can spring to something. Whether you're trying to because we can even take it to the spaza situation. I'm sorry guys, I like using scenarios as the best way to like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. But we can use the spaza situation. If let's say you want to start the spaza, but it turns out you don't have the capital to like have a building, then what you can maybe start by doing is you can firstly do an investigation around your area. Find out how many people around your area actually need vegetables or certain specific groceries that are recording. Is this still recording audio? Hey, y'all are part of my process, guys. This is so trippy. Yes, it's still recording, and I am coming back. All right, we are back. All right, so what you can do then is do an investigation, find out people around your area, which people need a certain amount of groceries and all of that, and then you find a distributor who's probably selling these products cheaper. Then what you're gonna do is you can maybe, I don't know where you're gonna hustle the money to buy these things, guys. It always goes back to capital, but find a way to do that. And then, like I said, find people, that whole scenario, get money. If it's 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, 500 rand, 300 rand, whatever that capital is, get it. Nah? Then you go buy these things from this distributor. And then what you do is then you're gonna go to people, all these people in your area that you already did an investigation of, you're gonna sell them these veggies. And then what's gonna happen is that money is gonna come back. That income, as it keeps coming back, because you probably repeat the process a couple of times. It could be a year, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 3. And then at the end of this, you're gonna take that money and then build the spaza or buy the spaza that you've been trying to get, because you actually just started. You weren't focused on the fact that you don't have money to have a spaza. You maybe started focusing on the fact that let me make a plan to then elevate to the point whereby I do have the spaza. So what's the point, guys? Just start, and that is definitely going to change a lot of your lives. Just start. I can drop a whole philosophy about it. I can be all, yeah guys, motivate yourself, yes, have affirmations, yes, every day say a declaration to yourself, all these things, attract all these things, yes. But the first thing that makes the thing happen is the action. Do it. Association, make a plan, make an idea. How can you start small just to scale up to that big point that you're trying to get to? Just eliminate that fear, cancel the excuses, and trust me, anything is possible, guys. And yeah, I hope everything that I said was of great value to a lot of you. And yeah, I look forward to all of your responses, all of your comments. Thank you to everybody that subscribed on the YouTube channel. To those that haven't, search Boulevard 96 up on YouTube or up on Google. Find me on all my social media platforms. And I look forward to engaging in conversation with a lot of you. And if there's some of you who also have some business ideas, concepts that you've been having and you want to put them out there, and you're trying to get like a second opinion type thing, then you can definitely hit me up and we can maybe engage in that conversation and see how we can then take it to the next level, man. And yeah, so sending a whole lot of love and light to everybody. This is Boulevard 96. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm gonna see y'all in the next episode. Sagato. I need to definitely make an intro and an outro because damn. But yeah, let's get this money, let's get rich, let's get this money, let's get these resources. Peace.